Okay, so once we have completed the front and the back part of our shirt, we're going to measure the armhole that we're going to leave. So I took my measuring tape and I measured from here my armhole for the shirt that I'm making. It has to be 25 centimeters. So depending on your shirt, depending on your measurements, probably your armhole is going to be different. So starting to measure from the top over here, I measured 25 centimeters and I put a stitch marker in the row, in the first stitch of the row where the 25 centimeters are. So I'm going to stop joining the shirt here. This is going to be the armhole, and then we're going to join in the top over here for the shoulders. So I am going to put a stitch marker on the opposite side in the same row, and we are also going to put a stitch marker on the back piece of our shirt in the same exact row. So we're going to count the rows downwards and see how many rows from the top up to here it is, and we're going to put a stitch marker on all the sides of our shirt in the same exact row. So let's see how we're going to join the shirt. Okay, so I cut the yarn that I need, and it's twice as long as the total length of my shirt. So what we're going to be doing now, we are going to attach by sewing these two pieces together. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take the needle and I'm going to put it from the front, from the back to the front, on the corner of my double crochet over here. So let me zoom in a little more. So I'm going to put the needle from the back to the front on the corner, on the bottom corner of this first double crochet over here. And then on the opposite side, I'm going to put my needle in the same exact space, in the same exact way I did it for the first stitch. So I'm going to put my needle on the first double crochet down in the corner from the back to the front. So when we sew or when we crochet on top of a double crochet, each double crochet has two total stitches on it. So even if we attach this shirt together by making slip stitches or by sewing as I am doing, we want to sew each row in two spaces. So this was the corner of my first double crochet. So now I'm gonna take my needle on the opposite side again, from the back to the front, in the middle of the first double crochet. And then in the middle, again on the opposite side of the first double crochet, from the back to the front again. So now we're going to go to the second row, and I'm going to put my hook from the back to the front in the beginning of this stitch over here. And on the opposite side, in the bottom of the stitch of the second row, from the back to the front again. Now I'm still in the second row, and I'm going to put my needle in the middle of the double crochet from the back to the front of the one side. And I'm still in the second row, and I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna sew in the middle of the double crochet on the other side as well. And in order to tighten up the stitches, just hold your corner and tighten up. So now we are in the third row, so I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to put it from the back to the front on the one side in the corner in the beginning of the third row, in the beginning of the stitch. Oops. And on the opposite side now, in the third row again, in the same exact space. So in the beginning corner of the third stitch. So in the corner of the first stitch in the third row. And now I'm going to go to the opposite side again, in the middle of the double crochet of the third row. And we're always attaching the first double crochet, so just so I'm not repeating the same thing again, we're always attaching the first double crochet of each row. And now in the middle of the stitch on the opposite side. Now we're going to the fourth row, and I'm attaching on the other side, on the left side. I'm putting my needle from the back to the front on the bottom corner of the stitch, in the beginning of the stitch. And on the fourth row, on the right side, in the corner, bottom corner of the stitch, from the back to the front. And I am tightening up the stitches together by holding the corner and just pulling a little the yarn. So this is how you're going to sew together your shirt, and this is how it looks at this point. We are attaching together the double crochet, the same double crochet from the one side, you're attaching it with the same double crochet on the opposite side, and we are always putting our needle from the back to the front of the beginning of the stitch on the one side, and from the back to the front of the beginning of the stitch in the other side, but we are always want to be grabbing the stitches from the same row. So if you're in the 6th row on this side, you want to be in the 6th row on the opposite side. Otherwise, you're going to sew together your shirt crooked. Your shirt is going to be crooked in the end. And if you are in the beginning of the stitch in the one side, you want to be in the beginning of the stitch in the opposite side. If you are in the middle of the stitch in the one side, you want to be in the middle of the stitch on the other side as well. So keep sewing the shirt up until you finish. When I finish my one side, I'm going to turn the video on again and see how it looks like, and then we're going to do the other two sides. We're going to sew them off camera because we're going to follow the same exact we're going to do it in the same exact way. So let's finish off camera, and when I finish, I'm going to turn my video back on again. At this point, I've reached the point where I had my stitch markers in, and I took out the stitch markers and I did my last stitch with my needle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew once more, tighten it up for one last time, and sew it one more time. And make a knot. So we are done this part, and what's left now to do is to join the top part for the shoulders. Okay, so since we have completed joining the sides, now we're going to join the top part, the shoulders, and we're going to join by slip stitching. And I picked the slip stitches because they're easier to show in the video. Although if you want, you can join the top part the way we joined the sides. So I'm attaching both of the sides together, the back part, and this is the front part. The back part is the one with the V opening, so it's really the front part of our shirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my crochet hook in the first single crochet and in the first single crochet of the opposite side. And I'm going to take my yarn and pull it through both of the sides. Chain 1, put your hook in the second stitch on the front side and the second stitch of the back side and slip stitch. Put your hook in the third stitch of the front side and the third stitch of the back side and slip stitch. Put your hook in the fourth stitch of the front side and the fourth stitch of the back side and slip stitch. So we always want to be grabbing the same stitch from the front and from the back. This way our shirt is going to be straight, and if you make a mistake and you grab the next stitch with the stitch after the one that you're supposed to grab, your work is going to come out crooked. So you want to be careful and grab the same stitch from the front and the same stitch in the back. So after we join some single crochet, they line up in the back. So when you put your hook from the front to the back, you're grabbing the same stitches. Slip stitch and slip stitch. Next one, slip stitch. Next one, and slip stitch. Next one, slip stitch. Next one, slip stitch. And the last stitch that we're going to work a slip stitch is going to be the one where we work the last single crochet on the front side, where we did one single crochet in every stitch in the front. Slip stitch. Next one, slip stitch. Next one, slip stitch. Okay, so we're almost done. And slip stitch the next stitch, and this is the last stitch on the back side where we did the V opening. So this is my last single crochet. So this is our last slip stitch for this side. Chain 1, cut the yarn, pull the loop and tighten up. So this is how it looks like, and I have already made the other side too. So let's see how our shirt looks like. So you're gonna work slip stitches on the other side as well. From here to here, you can turn this way your work and you work your slip stitches so you don't get confused. So let's turn our shirt on its right side. And this is how it looks. Okay, so what's left to do now is make the sleeves. So let's start with that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to attach the yarn in one. I'm going to put my hook under this double crochet over here. We are always going to be putting our hook under each first double crochet of every row. So I'm going to put my hook in this double crochet over here, and I'm going to attach my yarn. I am going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So those 3 chains count as my first double crochet, and work one more double crochet under this double crochet that I just attached my yarn. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I worked 6 chains, which count as 6 stitches. But when we're working on the horizontal side of our double crochet, each double crochet counts as 2 stitches. So I am going to skip 1 row of double crochet, which count as 2. So 2, 4, 6. I'm skipping 3 rows of double crochet, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put my hook under the 4th row of double crochet, and I'm going to work 2 double crochet under this space. 1, 2, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 2, 3 double crochet, put your hook under the 4th, and work 2 double crochet in the same space. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 2, 3 double crochet, put your hook under the 4th, and work 2 double crochet under the same space. 6 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 1, 2, 3 double crochet, put your hook under the 4th, and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2, and this is how we're going to work the rest of the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 2, 1, 2. So this counts as 3 double crochet, put your hook under the 4th, and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 2, 3 double crochet, put your hook under the 4th, and work 2 double crochet. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 2, 3 double crochet, put your hook under the 4th, and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 2, 3 double crochet, put your hook under the 4th, and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet, and we work 2 double crochet under the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 2, 3, put your hook in the 4th, and work 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. And right in the next double crochet I have the 2 double crochet that I started with, so I'm just going to work a slip stitch, And let's start row 2, where I'm going to start with a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This chain 6 counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 3 space. Turn your work and put your hook under the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put your hook under the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put your hook under the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. And this is how we're going to work the rest of the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put your hook under the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put your hook under the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put your hook under the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put your hook under the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 double crochet under the chain 6 space. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 double crochet under the chain 6 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 double crochet under the chain 6 space. And this is the beginning, so what I'm going to do is I am going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to work a slip stitch counting 1, 2, 3 chains. So work a slip stitch in the third chain. So this was the end of row 2. So we're going to start row 3 together and we're going to finish it off camera because it's going to be worked in the same way row 1 is worked, sorry. So I'm going to chain 1, turn your work, and make a double crochet in the first stitch. And 1 more double crochet in your first chain. From now on, we're going to be making a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to be working 2 double crochet under the chain 6 space. And this is how the rest of the row is going to be worked. Chain 6 and 2 double crochet under the chain 6 space. Before I end this row, I'm going to turn the video back on again and see how we're going to start row 4, and then we're going to finish the rest of the sleeve off camera because it's going to be a repetition of rows 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm almost done with my row. So I did a chain 6 and I'm going to do 2 double crochet under the chain 3 space to finish off. 1, 2, and I am going to work a slip stitch in the first double crochet of the row, the same thing I did in row 1. Okay, so now we are going to start row 4 So I am going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to turn my work. So we turn our work in every row. This way we have a straight line for a sleeve. If we keep working rounds, we're going to have a crooked line where we make our slip stitches. So I did a chain 6, in which the first 3 chains count as my first double crochet and the next 3 chains count as my chain 3 space. So chain 6 and put your hook in the chain 6 space and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So up until we finish the row, we're going to be working 6 chains and 2 double crochet under the chain 2 space. Before I finish, I'm going to turn my video back on and see how we're going to finish this row, and then we're going to keep making the rest sleeve off camera. Okay, so I did my last 2 double crochet in the last chain 6 space. So now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work a slip stitch in the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Which it really is our first double crochet of the row. So 1, 2, 3, and make a slip stitch, chain 1, and turn your work. So now this is how our sleeve is going to look like. Okay, so this is how our sleeve is going to look like. So keep making your sleeve as long as you want. I'm going to make my sleeve about 38 centimeters. So up until I reach the 38 centimeters, I'm going to be repeating rows 3 and 4. So finish the sleeve off camera, and when I finish 2, I am going to turn the video back on. But I am also going to have finished the other sleeve also. So we're gonna make the rest of the sleeve off camera, and I'm going to make the other sleeve too, because it's going to be worked in the same exact way. And at this point we have completed our shirt, and this is how our sleeves look like. That's the one sleeve, our other sleeve, and our shirt in total. So this has the length of about a very mini dress. You can make it as long as you want. You can actually make it a real dress. You can make it a long dress, and if you add a a one colored like white inside, it's gonna look amazing. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Oh, I forgot to mention, I used 2.5 skeins of yarn to complete this project, and which are 100 grams and 360 meters, the skeins that we saw in the beginning. So 2.5 skeins. So thanks again. Please subscribe, and if you like the videos, please press like and leave a comment. Thanks again. Bye bye.